begin the journey in the early 1900s, when India was under British rule. This was a period characterized by the systematic exploitation of India's resources by the British. The British Raj, as it was known, extracted wealth from India, causing a significant decline in India's share of the world economy. Let's delve a bit deeper. Prior to British rule, India was a major player in global trade, renowned for its textiles and other manufactured goods. However, under the British Raj, the story took a dramatic turn. The British imposed policies that led to the deindustrialization of India, effectively dismantling the country's manufacturing sector. Local industries were crippled, unable to compete with the flood of cheap, mass-produced goods from Britain. The result? A shift towards a more agrarian economy, with India being transformed from a manufacturing hub into a provider of raw materials and a market for British goods. But the economic implications didn't end there. The British Raj's policies also led to a significant increase in land taxes, forcing many farmers into a cycle of debt and poverty. This, coupled with the Raj's indifference towards the welfare of the Indian populace, resulted in a series of devastating famines. The most notable of these was the Bengal famine of 1943, which claimed the lives of millions. The economy during the British Raj was marked by stark inequalities. While the British and a small elite prospered, the majority of the Indian population faced severe economic hardships. The wealth of the nation was drained, leaving behind a legacy of poverty and underdevelopment. The British Raj left an indelible mark on India's economy. It set in motion a chain of events that would shape the country's economic trajectory for decades to come. The Indian economy during the British Raj was marked by exploitation and decline, setting the stage for a long journey towards economic recovery and growth. In the wake of independence in 1947, India embarked on an ambitious journey of economic planning. The nation introduced 5-year plans, a strategy borrowed from the Soviet Union, aiming at industrialization and self-sufficiency. This period marked the era of a mixed economy model, a unique blend of capitalism and socialism. The goal was to combine the best of both worlds, the efficiency of capitalism with the equality of socialism. But as one might expect, this journey was not without its hurdles. Low agricultural productivity was a persistent issue, hindering overall economic growth. The Indochina War in 1962 also threw a wrench in the works, diverting resources and causing economic strain. Despite the challenges, India's first steps towards self-reliance laid the foundation for future economic progress. The 5-year plans were a testament to the nation's resilience and determination, setting the stage for the economic transformations that would follow in the coming decades. The 1970s and 80s brought new economic challenges, but also led to a shift in India's economic policy. A series of economic crises in the 1970s, including the oil crisis and inflation, plunged India into a state of financial turmoil. The oil crisis was a global event that hit India hard. As an energy-intensive economy, India was heavily dependent on oil imports. The sudden surge in oil prices sent shockwaves through the economy, triggering inflation and economic instability. Inflation, a silent economic predator, crept in and gnawed at the roots of India's economy. It eroded the purchasing power of the Indian rupee, causing the cost of goods and services to skyrocket. The common man was caught in the crossfire, grappling with the rising cost of living amidst stagnant income levels. The economic crises of the 1970s were a wake-up call for India. The need for a radical shift in economic policy became evident. And so, the 1980s marked the beginning of a new era in India's economic journey, the era of economic liberalization. Gradually, the Indian economy started opening up to private and foreign players. The government began to roll back its control over various sectors of the economy. This move was intended to stimulate economic growth by fostering competition, promoting innovation, and attracting foreign investment. Economic liberalization was not an easy process. It was met with resistance from various quarters. Critics feared that it would lead to exploitation by foreign entities and exacerbate income inequality. but proponents argued that it was a necessary step towards modernizing India's economy and achieving sustainable growth. Despite the challenges, the wheels of economic liberalization kept turning. Step by step, India began to shed its image as a closed economy and emerged as a player on the global stage. The economic crises of this period were a catalyst for change, leading to the liberalization of the Indian economy. And as we'll see in the next scene, this period of liberalization set the stage for a period of remarkable economic growth in the years to come. The 1990s marked a turning point for the Indian economy, with the implementation of sweeping liberalization measures. This era was precipitated by a balance of payments crisis in 1991, leading to a pivotal shift in India's economic policy. The government, under the guidance of then Finance Minister Manmohan Singh, introduced comprehensive economic reforms that fundamentally transformed the Indian economy. The cornerstone of these reforms was liberalization, which meant reducing state control in economic matters. The government reduced import tariffs, eliminated licensing for many industries, and opened up sectors previously reserved for the public sector to private players. These reforms were aimed at making the Indian economy more market and service-oriented and expanding the role of private and foreign investment. The result was nothing short of remarkable. The Indian economy, which had been growing at a sluggish pace for decades, now began to accelerate. Foreign investment poured in, boosting sectors such as information technology and telecommunications, and leading to rapid economic growth. Fast forward to today, and the Indian economy is the world's fifth largest by nominal GDP. It's a vibrant, diverse economy that continues to evolve. However, like all economies worldwide, India too faces challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic has dealt a significant blow, causing economic disruption and uncertainty. But in the face of adversity, India has shown resilience and adaptability, leveraging the crisis as an opportunity to accelerate the transition towards a digital economy. The Indian government has rolled out numerous digital initiatives, promoting digital literacy and connectivity, and fostering a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. It's clear that India's economic growth story is not over. It's merely entering a new phase, one that is digital, inclusive, and sustainable. From the hardships of the early 1900s to the economic powerhouse of today, India's economic journey is a testament to resilience and adaptability. India's economic journey has been marked by challenges and triumphs. From the early 1900s, the nation grappled with economic decline under the oppressive thumb of British rule. Independence brought a new era of economic planning, with the ambitious 5-year plans aiming to catapult India into industrialization and self-sufficiency. Yet, the road was not smooth. The 70s and 80s bore witness to severe economic crises that threatened to derail India's growth. However, India's story is one of resilience. The economic liberalization of the 90s ushered in a period of unprecedented growth, transforming the nation into a global economic powerhouse. Today, India stands as an intriguing example of economic evolution, navigating the delicate balance between tradition and modernity, state control and free markets. As India continues to evolve and adapt, its economic journey serves as a fascinating study of resilience, change, and growth.